Buklog Dampalan version. A woman slowly walked barefooted at the tepid river. The water was still, her footsteps dimly heard, and ripples circled as wild dragonflies deftly touched the water for drink. The woman kept walking till such time that she reached a remote section of the river where wild grasses and weeds thrived upon. She looked around, looked at the familiar spot and sighed. Then she plucked a weed, savored sweet smell and taste, and finally looked at the scenery as she recalled her vivid memory. A family who had an only daughter was going across the tepid river. The father was carrying a child placed inside a gaban behind his back. Unfortunately, upon reaching the middle of the river, the family encountered a sudden guluan or flash flood. Both parents were able to cross safely to the other side of the water, but when they opened the basket, their child was no longer inside. Only a piece of gilamon was found inside, whereas their daughter was gone and could not be found. Little did the parents know that the child drifted off to the Pipuluan, a remote place where tall grasses and weeds sprout like green hills. The girl was stranded there, so she ate fruits of dias in order to cope and survive. A few years passed until the son of a Timuay, ruler of that area, also good at making traps called Menginan, saw and met the stranded young girl. He then talked to her and said, "How nice it is to call you as the princess of the Dalayasan." Then the girl retorted back and said, "I am not to be offended by your sarcastic remark, nor will I get angry at you for your jest. Even if you think that I am the princess of the weeds, I have this sanctuary to thank for because this is where I grew up and survived." Then the man, seeing her state, invited her to come over the tribe to meet his people. The girl, however, was too shy to go out and be seen with only grass covering her entire body, so the man had to go back to his tribe to fetch her some clothes. When the man came back and the girl was properly dressed, together they came to his tribe and was warmly greeted by the young man's father, the Timuay. Then immediately, the gagong was rung facing the east, west, north, and south, and the young girl was welcomed. Then vast people came from all sorts of directions, bringing with them provisions like food, rice, pigs, gasi, and chickens. All of the people who came celebrated and rejoiced for 7 days and 7 nights. Thereafter, Timuay married his son to the girl and they became husband and wife. As part of the wedding ceremony, the couple went to the river for a wash. Then after bathing, the girl went to the sala of their house to comb her long hair in front of people facing the east. Inexplicably, a strand of her hair broke off and it was divided into 3 pieces. She threw the first piece to the east, the other to the west, and the third she chopped it into bits to throw it on the ground. The hair that was chopped into bits became pigs and chickens. The piece that was thrown into the east became the Buklog dancing platform, and another became a Buklog facing the west. 2 Buklogs thus emerged in the east and west. This type of Buklog celebration is called Buklog Pataungan. After the celebration has started, Piroy initiated that the ceremony of the Buklog now be held. Everybody then changed into their best dresses and prepared themselves for a festivity. The first ceremony was opened at the east platform, and surprisingly the girl's parents, brother, and sister relatives appeared. Then the people opened the ceremony to the west too, wherein dead relatives and many spirits also appeared. The dead ancestors roamed around the Buklog for 3 times before growing up. And significantly, before the Buklog ended, another marriage took place between the girl's younger brother and her husband's younger sister. The woman then looked up, paused for a while, and ended her story with these lines. Therefore, the name Gibeklog Petawangan now stands for the 2 Buklogs at the same time, which held 2 in honor of the 2 weddings of the 2 families that were reunited at the time. Then, upon completing her thoughts, she watched the sundown, bade farewell to the previous sanctuary, and headed home. The end.